Hello everyone, I am Dr. P. Amardapurkar, Professor and Head, Mechanical Engineering Department, Mavli Group of Institutions, College of Engineering and Technology, Shegaon. In this video lecture, I will be taking topic of air conditioning, that is psychrometric processes. In the previous lecture, I explained psychrometric properties of air. I hope the parameters which we discuss are now clear to you. Now coming to psychrometric processes, air conditioning is control of three parameters mainly. Number one, temperature of air, second, humidity of air, and the third, flow rate of air. In order to bring the atmospheric air to particular required condition, that means particular temperature, humidity and the flow rate value, it has to undergo psychrometric process. These psychrometric processes can be cooling of air, or it may demand heating of air, or removal of moisture if air is too humid, that is called as dehumidification, or addition of moisture to the air, which is called as humidification, or it can be simultaneous requirement of cooling with humidification or cooling with dehumidification, or it can be process of heating with humidification or heating and dehumidification. All these psychrometric processes we are going to study in this lecture. But prior to this, as you know, there are various properties of air, various terms which we discussed earlier, like the dry bulb temperature, wet bulb temperature, dew point temperature. Then about humidity, specific humidity, relative humidity, correct, absolute humidity, adiabatic saturation temperature, enthalpy. So many terms are there, may get changed when there is a psychrometric process. So it becomes difficult to analyze the psychrometric process. Therefore, psychrometric chart. So understand what is it. The charts, this psychrometric chart basically represent their properties in very convenient form, and this is used extensively in air conditioning applications. Since it serves a valuable tool in visualizing the air conditioning process, I told heating, cooling, humidification, dehumidification and so on. This chart is really useful for analyzing the psychrometric process and design of air conditioning systems. So let's first understand what is it, how we can analyze a psychrometric processes with the help of this chart. It is very simple. It has two axes. On x-axis there is a dry bulb temperature increasing in this direction, and on y-axis the specific humidity scale is given in terms of kg per kg of dry air. This curve represents 100% saturation curve. That means relative humidity is 100% here. If you take any point on this curve, it will indicate that relative humidity is 100%. That represents air is saturated. Naturally, constant dry bulb temperature lines on this chart will be vertical. Constant specific humidity lines will be horizontal. That means any point on this horizontal line will indicate that specific humidity are constant relative humidity line will be almost parallel to this H curve. So any point on this curve will show relative humidity is constant. Dew point temperature, you can read it here on this saturation curve. Constant wet bulb temperature lines will be like this, and constant specific volume lines, that means for a given air you can read the specific volume meter cube per kg of dry air. These lines. Additionally, you can also read with the chart the for a given condition of air. For that, the enthalpy scale is provided here, that is kilojoule per kg. Usually these constant enthalpy lines are parallel to these constant wet bulb temperature lines. So on this psychrometric chart, if the condition of air is fixed, corresponding to that you can read the various parameters, the values for various parameters: temperature, wet bulb temperature, enthalpy, specific volume, relative humidity, correct, and so on. To fix the location of air on this psychrometric chart, out of all these parameters, any two parameters will be sufficient to know it, correct. Again, all these constant dry bulb temperature lines, wet bulb temperature lines, and so on are shown here. You can see the constant dry bulb temperature lines are vertical. Here you can see the constant specific humidity lines are horizontal. Relative humidity lines are also shown here. Yes, the enthalpy scale is given here, okay, and you can read the enthalpy for a given air. These are the constant specific volume lines. Now taking one example, the air condition is given as 50% relative humidity. It is said that the air has 50% relative humidity. So I will have to see which is that curve having 50% RH. The dry bulb temperature is suppose given, and that is 30 degrees centigrade. So in order to locate this condition of air which is 50% RH and 30 degrees centigrade dry bulb temperature, I will have to see the 30 degrees centigrade dry bulb temperature line, which will be vertical, and 50% RH. So intersection of this 50% RH, which is given for the air, and it is said that the air is at 30 degrees centigrade, intersect this constant 30 degrees centigrade temperature line with the 50% RH line. I could locate it on this chart. It is shown here as 0.1. So 0.1 represents 50% relative humidity and 30 degrees centigrade dry bulb temperature. That is the given condition of air. Now the question is, if this is given, the question is to find out what is the specific humidity of this air, what is the wet bulb temperature, what is the specific volume, dew point temperature, and enthalpy, and so on. Simply once you locate point 1, that is the given condition of air, now from that point 1 go horizontally on this axis where the specific humidity scale is provided. You can directly read the specific humidity for the given air at point 1, that is expressed in kg per kg of dry air. So W1 you can obtain, that is the specific humidity for point 1. Similarly, you can find out the wet bulb temperature corresponding to point 1. So here on this saturation curve, the temperature scale is also provided. So that will give you the wet bulb temperature this given air at point 1. Enthalpy, further extend this constant wet bulb temperature line with the enthalpy scale and read the enthalpy value there. In order to get the dew point temperature of the air which is at 30 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature, in order to read the dew point temperature, for that go horizontally here and there you can read the temperature that will be the value of dew point temperature for this air at point 1. Specific volume lines passing through point 1, that will have to identify and read the value of that specific volume. It will be a specific volume for given air at point. Here you can also notice that the given air which is at 50% RH and 30 degree centigrade dry bulb temperature is not a saturated air, and therefore as we discussed earlier that for this unsaturated air the dew point temperature and wet bulb temperature are not same as the dry bulb temperature. They are different. All these three temperatures, dry bulb temperature, dew point temperature and the wet bulb temperature, these are not same. And the wet bulb temperature is less than the dry bulb temperature. And you know, for saturated air, let's say air is saturated at 15 degrees centigrade, that means 15 degrees centigrade is its dry bulb temperature and it is saturated. Therefore, the intersection of this saturated curve with the 15 degrees centigrade dry bulb temperature line will locate the condition of air here. And now that the dry bulb temperature, dew point temperature 15 degrees centigrade, 15 degrees centigrade, all these three are identical. So for saturated air, dBT is equal to wet bulb temperature is equal to dew point temperature. In the next part of this video lecture, we will study basic psychrometric processes. Thank you.